Good morning, everyone. Ash here with StupidSimpleCrypto on December 22nd of 2017. Today is actually going to be a slight divergence from our scheduled programming, as today was supposed to be part 2 of my series on long-term cryptocurrency investing for the coming year. However, if you had any money in the cryptocurrency markets, or I would assume if you turn on any news at all this morning, since I don't watch the news and I don't particularly care, you will see that last night was something that I'm affectionately referring to as Cryptogeddon. Over the last couple of days, cryptocurrency, many of them, specifically Bitcoin, has lost nearly 30% of its value, which sounds really scary until you realize how charts work and can take a look back and realize that Bitcoin is totally at its lowest level since December 8th. I mean, we had an unprecedented run up to unknown heights of cryptocurrency between December 6th and about December 10th. Most of the currencies out there nearly tripled in their value, blowing well above their support levels that's been established over the last year. And I mean, hey, the ride up was fantastic. The ride down is never anywhere near as much fun for anybody involved. But we do need to be realistic about what's happening. Investments don't always go up, especially they don't always go up in a straight line. Do I think my predictions for Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin are still correct over the next 12 months? Absolutely. And I think what happened last night is the reason why I was basing it off of very conservative projections and not off of the year as a whole. So if you haven't watched my other video yet, watch it after this one and you'll see what I'm talking about. But it was very important to cover that the cryptocurrency world is not ending. It's not. So I'm going to make this video once. I'm going to title it Cryptogeddon on the show notes, and I'm going to explain why you shouldn't panic. And then at any point over 2018, when you feel the need to lose your mind and panic, take a look at your portfolio and then go back and take a look at this video and then make your decision. So the thing with massive corrections on cryptocurrency is you can either look at it as the world is ending, or you can look that everything's on sale. So have I pulled all of my money out into cash? No, I haven't. It is mostly still sitting where it is. Actually, the market as a whole is down 30% and I'm down about 16%. So that's actually doing really well given what's going on here. And I'm viewing it as an on-sale situation. Am I putting more money in at this moment? Not until I know where the bottom is. I think we're actually pretty close. It looks like Bitcoin, Litecoin, and several of the others have found a level of support somewhere between about 3 a.m. and here. But I don't know where it is yet, so I'm not putting more money in. Is it the end of the world? Absolutely not. I think America actually mostly brought this problem on ourselves because we watch the news too damn much. Bitcoin for us crashed to about 12,000-ish last night, depending on which exchange you were taking a look at. South Korea was and is still at about 17,000. They never dip with us, period. At least they haven't yet, so if that changes I can report on it later. But for right now they haven't, because I think they're more disciplined than we are and they know how to invest for the long term and not pay attention to the news. They understand that investments are a long-term play and not a daily thing. So had I known that this massive crash was coming and that my investments would lose a decent bit over a 2-day time, would I have pulled it to cash? Yeah, probably, because I know where to buy back in. But I missed the start of the dip, so I'm not going to do it now because I'm going to catch the growth when it comes back up. Once I find the floor, I'm going to execute the part of my plan that talks about putting more money in. I'll be putting more money into Litecoin to recoup that. Ethereum hasn't dipped really at all below where I bought it just 5 days ago. 6 days ago, so I'm not going to sweat it. So find the bottom and then buy in and execute your plan, and then look around and realize that you got significantly more cryptocurrency for your money than you would have 4 days ago, and then when that growth starts to compound, be very happy about it. So I'm sure somewhere on the news they're talking about how deeply this means that cryptocurrency was a bubble and that it's never coming back. That's a lie caused to sell newspapers and TV ads and who knows what the hell they sell with news these days. I don't care. Why do I know that that's a lie as an absolute statement of fact? Because I understand how blockchain technology works, and I realize that it's going to revolutionize a number of industries in a couple of years. That's kind of optimistic thinking, but I believe it. The other is that I know that Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan are both creating cryptocurrency trading desks, and they wouldn't be bothering to do that if they weren't going to make an absolute killing. And I know that the Russian government is either close to or already working on their own official state-sponsored cryptocurrency. And they're the ones that have announced it, so I'm sure there's any number of governments around the world that have not yet. Keep in mind, these are governments that for multiple decades have been pushing for a cashless society. Whether that's good or bad, whether you believe that's good or bad, doesn't matter. They have been. And now they not only have a way to create a cashless society that makes everybody feel like they won, but they're going to have the massive support of a number of people while they make it happen. So that's not a statement of endorsement, that's simply a statement of what I think is going to happen. I'm going to have the links to the articles for JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, as well as the Russian cryptocurrency in the show notes. You can take a look at those today. But the biggest thing is, if you haven't cashed out already, if you didn't cash out at the top, sure as hell don't do it now, because you're going to miss all that growth coming back. And once we find the bottom, put more money in. The great thing about averages is, if you put more in now, once it gets back to where it was, you can take that profit and you still have coins left over. That's what I plan to do, and that's what any of the big traders are planning to do. As soon as we find that bottom, everybody's going back in, and they're going to come back up. The big money's going to bring it up. The futures are going to bring it up. It corrected to where it was 2 weeks ago. Don't panic. That's how investments work. That's why you invest for the long term, and that's why you don't borrow money to invest. When this happens, you don't have to cash out to pay a credit card. So that's all for today. I'm not going to do any videos until after Christmas because I want to spend that time with my wife and be able to focus on my family here. So I will see you on December 26th with part 2 of my series on investing in Ethereum for the long term. Hopefully by then we'll have found the bottom and I can adjust my numbers, but if not, we'll talk about it on the 26th. Once again, this is Ash for Stupid Simple Crypto. If you have any questions, comments, or complaints, leave it in the show notes of the video or email me directly at stupidsimplecrypto@outlook.com. Feel free to throw a subscribe or a like on my videos. I'd greatly appreciate it. It helps me get attention. And as always, I'm here to answer questions because the future is always changing and your money should too.